Hey everyone, welcome back to Finance with Avery. In today's video, I'm getting into the top 10 savings accounts ranked by APY annual percentage yield for November 2024. But before we get into the rankings, let's talk about something important. Why saving account rates have been slipping recently. Over the past few months, we've seen APYs decrease, and that's mostly due to the shifts in the Federal Reserve's approach to interest rates. With the Fed signaling that they may pause or even continue to cut rates to balance economic conditions, banks and financial institutions are adjusting their saving rates accordingly. So if you're wondering why your APY isn't as high as it was earlier this year, this is the main reason. Stick around to find out which accounts are still offering some of the best returns right now despite the recent changes. And I have this video organized into chapters, so if you want to skip to a certain section, if you like these type of videos I create, be sure to hit the like button below and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And before I get to the honorable mentions and accounts that got knocked out of the top 10 in the top 10 ranking, I'm going to tell you about some of the features that all of these accounts have in common, so I'm not repeating it for every account. And with the accounts with the honorable mentions and the accounts that got knocked out of the top 10, I'm just going to briefly tell you about those. And then when we get into the actual top 10 list, I'm going to give you a calculation example for a certain amount in these accounts so you can see how much interest you would earn if you had an account with this certain amount of money for 1 month in these accounts. And I'm also going to give you a brief history, some information on each of these banks and financial institutions, because some of them aren't as well known, some of them aren't as popular. There's a couple of accounts that are new on this list, and one of these banks just recently started to have a presence in the United States. They launched this bank account in October 2024, even though they've been around as a bank for a long time overseas. So before I keep rambling, let's get into this common features section and then go into the other sections. Now first, all of these accounts are FDIC insured, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Very important. If an account did not have this, it definitely would not make it on my list. This kind of solidifies an account for me, kind of makes it official in a way, because the FDIC insurance is very important. Now the FDIC is an independent agency created by Congress to maintain stability and public confidence in the nation's financial system. The FDIC insures deposits, examines and supervises financial institutions for safety, soundness, and consumer protection, makes large and complex financial institutions resolvable, and manages receiverships. And with the FDIC insurance, if a bank happened to go under, bankrupt or something, the FDIC would step in and make the consumers whole with their deposits, typically up to $250,000. So if you had an account with a bank that went bankrupt, or you had $150,000 or something in it, the FDIC is going to step in and pretty much get that money back to you. So it leaves a lot of people with less stress and worrying of having a lot of money in an account, especially nowadays with everything being so online. You don't physically see the money that much, and having a certain amount in an account can make you kind of think like, what happened? What could this all just go to zero? What if this account, what if this bank, this bank's kind of new, or so-and-so about this bank, I heard some things or something like that. You can have pretty much a peace of mind with that FDIC insurance. Very important to have. Now, next up on this list, all of these accounts have no monthly maintenance fees. So you don't have to worry about any kind of $2, $3 fee just for having the account open. So none of these accounts have any kind of monthly maintenance fees, no matter how much of a balance you have in the account, what kind of tier you're under. If they have because some accounts have, if you have between this amount and this amount, you have this tier, you're going to get this monthly fee. If you don't make a certain amount of deposits in your account, or a certain amount of deposits in your account, you're going to get charged a monthly maintenance fee. None of that applies to any of the accounts on this video. No monthly maintenance fees. Also, the APY annual percentage yield is variable and subject to change. That's pretty much a standard with all savings accounts. So it's not really like a requirement to make it on my list, but it's something I wanted to tell you all about, that all of these accounts do have. The APY is variable. They could change next month. They could change next week. So it's just something to keep in mind. The APYs are variable and they're subject to change. They are not fixed. And also, there is no monthly minimum deposit required to avoid fees. Like I was kind of mentioning in the no monthly maintenance fees section, something I wanted to zone in a little bit more, because this does happen with some accounts. But for all the accounts on this list and on this video, there's no monthly minimum balance required to avoid fees. Now, some of these accounts do have a minimum amount to obtain the APY that they're presenting to you, but there's no fee associated with it if you did not have that certain minimum amount. And also with these accounts, some of these have initial deposit requirements. So this isn't a requirement to get on my list either, but something I wanted to mention. Some of these accounts have zero initial deposit requirements. They don't have any kind of certain amount you must put into the account to open it, basically. But some of these accounts do have initial deposit requirements. And when I get into each one of these accounts, I'll tell you whether or not they have an initial deposit requirement and how much it is if they do have one. Also, very important feature right here, all of these accounts have a mobile app available on the Apple and Google Play app stores. stores. Especially in this day and age we live in, where you have basically a computer in your hand with your smartphone, it's very important and efficient to be able to access your account on the go with your mobile phone. And all of these accounts have a mobile app in the app stores under the bank, the financial institution that they're under, on those app stores available. So you can check your account balance, do transactions, all kind of different features that some of these accounts have, you will be able to do in the palm of your hand with your phone through the app that's available on the Apple and Google Play app stores. Now that I've gone over some of the components that all of these accounts have in common, let's get into the honorable mentions. First honorable mention here we have is the Betterment Cash Reserve account. Now these previous amounts that you see for all of these accounts are going to be from when I did this video back in September 2024. So a couple of months ago. I'm just giving you the yield that it was at in September 2024 on the left, and then on the right, the yield that it's currently at right now as of the recording of this video in the beginning of November 2024. So yes, the Betterment Cash Reserve account was at 5% a couple of months ago, and now it is at 4.50%. There's a $10 minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest accrues daily but compounds monthly and is credited monthly. And if you want to know more about the Betterment Cash Reserve account, I have a detailed review and overview video of it on my channel. I'll leave a link down to it in the description if you want to check that out. Next honorable mention on this list is the M1 Finance High Yield Savings Account. Previously, this account was at 5% APY a couple of months ago, and now it is at 4.50% APY. There is no initial minimum deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded and credited monthly. And the next honorable mention we have here is the Wealthfront Cash account. Back in September 2024, this account was also at 5%. However, now in November 2024, it is at 4.50% APY. There's a $1 minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded and credited monthly. If you want to know more about the Wealthfront Cash account, I have an in-depth, detailed video on it on my channel, and I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to check that out. And another honorable mention we have here is the Laurel Road High Yield Savings Account. Previously in September 2024, this account was at 5% APY, and now it is at 4.50% APY in November 2024. There is no minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. This is one of those various accounts that I have used before personally, and I haven't had any issues with it. I mainly was just using it to, accrue interest, earn interest, and, moving money around here and there. One thing I didn't like about the app is that it didn't have a lot of information on the account. I couldn't just click on something like account info or something to see what the current APY was for my account. I had to go through statements to see, okay, what was the APY last month? I couldn't necessarily see it right then and there like I can with some of the other high yield savings accounts I've used, like with Ally and SoFi. Besides that, it was a nice high yield savings account. So yeah, just wanted to mention that in here. Now let's get on to the next account. And now we have a couple of accounts that are out of the top 10. Now these accounts were previously in my top 10 list in September 2024, but however, they dropped their APY so much that they're currently not in the top 10 anymore for me with this updated list in November 2024. So the first account we have like that here is the Tab Bank Online Savings Account. Previously, it was at 5.02% APY, and now it is down to 4.52% APY. There is no minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. And we have another account that is out of the top 10 list that I made in September 2024. It's the UFB Direct Portfolio Savings. In that video in September, this account was at 5.15% APY. However, now in November 2024, it's at 4.57% APY. And there is no initial minimum deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Another account that's out of the top 10 is the BMO Alto Online Savings. Previously, it was at 5.10% APY. However, since September 2024 in November now, it's been lowered down to 4.60% APY. There's no initial minimum deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. All right, that is it for the honorable mentions and the accounts that are out of the top 10 list. Now let's get into this top 10 savings accounts ranked by APY list for November 2024. And at number 10 is the Upgrade Premier Savings Account. Previously now, this account was at 5.02% APY in September 2024. However, now in November, it is at 4.69% APY. Still high enough to barely get into this top 10 list. And with this account, there is no minimum initial deposit required to open it. And that 4.69% APY is on balances of $1,000 and more. And with this account, the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one, if you had $20,000 in this Upgrade Premier Savings account at 4.69% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month that $20,000 will be about $20,076.47. So total interest earned for that month would be like $76.47. Upgrade is a financial services company that offers consumer credit and banking products along with fixed rate credit cards and loans. Upgrade was founded by Renaud Laplanche, founder and former CEO of Lending Club, along with other former colleagues from Lending Club in August 2016. Upgrade headquarters is in San Francisco, California. And at number 9 is the CIT Bank Platinum Savings Account. Previously, this account was at 5% APY in September 2024. However, since then, it's been lowered down to 4.70% APY here in November 2024. And with this account, there's a $100 minimum initial deposit required to open it. And that 4.70% APY is for balances of $5,000 and more. If your balance is under $5,000 with this Platinum Savings account, then the APY would only be 0.25%. Now, if you really like CIT Bank and you want to have a savings account with them, but you don't have at least $5,000, they do have another account with a nice high yield. CIT Bank also offers the Savings Connect account. It also has a minimum $100 initial deposit requirement. However, that 4.35% is on all balance amounts. Now, if you got to that $5,000 amount and you know you're going to keep that and have more in the account, then it would be smart probably to, open that Platinum Savings account with CIT Bank instead and move the money over to that account. Because typically when I've seen these two accounts, the Platinum Savings account has always had a higher APY than the Savings Connect account. That's just something to keep in mind. If you want to bank with CIT Bank, depending on your balance, may depend on which savings account would be better for you. And with both of these accounts with CIT Bank, the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Now, this is another account that I've personally used myself, the CIT Bank Platinum Savings account, and I don't have any major gripes about this account. I haven't had any problems with it. I mainly used it to earn high yield and earn interest, and that was done. And I moved money around, withdrew money from it, transferred money to it. Didn't have any issues with that. In the first of the month, the interest would be deposited into the account. That was definitely nice to see. And this is an account with the app where I can see the APY that's currently being offered for it. All I have to do is tap on some information about the account within the app. I can see the APY and the interest rate. So my experience with this CIT Bank Platinum Savings account has been good overall. And if you want to know more about the CIT Bank Platinum Savings account, I have an in-depth detailed review and overview video of it on my channel. I'll leave a link to it down in the description if you want to check that out. Calculation example for this one, if you had $20,000 in this account at 4.70% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,076.64. So total interest earned for that month in this account would be like $76.64. CIT was founded in 1908 in St. Louis, Missouri. CIT stands for Commercial Investment Trust. After various ventures of acquisitions, being sold, and bankruptcy, CIT was acquired by First Citizens Bancshares in January 2022. CIT provides financing, cash management, treasury management, small business administration loans, mortgage loans, and more. CIT headquarters is in New York, New York. And at number 8, we have a tie. First here we have the Premise Personal Savings Account, which was previously at 5.07% APY. However, now in November 2024, it's at 4.75% APY. There's a $1 minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded monthly and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one, if you had $20,000 in this account at 4.75% APY with the interest compounding monthly, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,077.33. So total interest earned would be like $77.33. Primus Financial is a holding company for Primus Bank, which is a state chartered bank headquartered in Glen Allen, Virginia. Primus offers checking and savings accounts, loans, a credit card, and more. The company was formerly known as Southern National Bank Corp of Virginia, Incorporated, and changed its name to Primus Financial Corp. Primus Financial Corp was founded in 2004 and is based in McLean, Virginia. Also tied at number 8 is the Bread Financial High Yield Savings Account. Previously, this account was at 5.15% APY back in September 2024. However, now in November 2024, it's at 4.75% APY. There's a $100 minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one: if you had $20,000 in this Bread Financial High Yield Savings Account with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,077.48. Bread Financial is a financial services company offering credit cards, loans, savings, and CD accounts. Bread Financial was formerly known as Alliance Data, which was formed by a combination of JCPenney's credit card processing unit and the Limited's credit card bank business. Alliance Data changed its name to Bread Financial Holdings in March 2022. Bread Savings is a product of the Community Capital Bank and was founded in 1996 with a headquarters in Columbus, Ohio. Also tied at number 8 is the Evergreen Bank Group High Yield Savings Account. A couple of months ago, this account was at 5.25% APY. Now in November, it's at 4.75% APY. There's a minimum $100 initial deposit required to open this account, and that 4.75% APY is on balances up to $1 million. If your balance is over that, then the APY is 0%. And with this account, the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one: if you had $20,000 in this Evergreen Bank Group High Yield Savings Account at 4.75% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,077.48. Evergreen Bank Group CEO Darren Campbell, after 12 years with a publicly traded bank, resigned from his executive bank position to start Evergreen Bank Group. He recruited a group of investors and in early 2007 reorganized and recapitalized a small but well-known community bank in Evergreen Park, Illinois. Evergreen Bank offers various personal and business accounts and loans. Their headquarters is in Oak Brook, Illinois. And at number 7 is the Popular Direct Online Savings Account. A couple of months ago, the APY on this account was 5.01%. Now in November 2024, it's down to 4.76%. There's a minimum $100 initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one: if you had $20,000 in this account at 4.76% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,077.65. Popular Direct was launched in 2016 as an online-only bank that's a subsidiary of Popular Bank. Popular Incorporated was founded in 1893 and does business as Banco Popular in Puerto Rico and Virgin Islands and Popular Bank in the United States. Popular Direct offers an online savings account and various term CD certificate of deposit accounts. Popular headquarters is in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And at number 6 is the Genius Bank Online Savings Account at 4.80% APY. There's no minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one: if you had $20,000 in this Genius Bank Online Savings Account at 4.80% APY, after 1 month with the interest compounding daily, that $20,000 would be about $20,078.31. Genius Bank is a digital banking division of Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation, SMBC, which is a Japanese mega bank that has a history dating back to the 16th century. Genius was launched in the summer of 2023. As of now, Genius Bank offers personal loans and a savings account, and their headquarters is in Los Angeles, California. And at number 5, we have a tie. First up here, we have the My Banking Direct High Yield Savings Account. A couple of months ago, this account was at 5.25% APY. However, now it's been lowered down to 4.85% APY here in November 2024. There's a minimum $500 initial deposit required to open this account and a balance of at least $1 to earn that APY. And with this account, the interest is compounded and credited monthly. And if you want to know more about the My Banking Direct High Yield Savings Account, I have an in-depth detailed review and overview video of it on my channel. I'll leave a link to it down in the description if you want to check that out. Calculation example for this one: if you had $20,000 in this high yield savings account at 4.85% APY with the interest compounding monthly, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,079. So total interest earned would be like $79. My Banking Direct is a service of Flagstar Bank. New York Community Bank Corp is the parent company of Flagstar Bank, which is one of the largest regional banks in the country. The company is headquartered in Hicksville, New York, with regional headquarters in Troy, Michigan. New York Community Bancorp was founded in 1859 as the Queens County Savings Bank. It was the first savings bank chartered by the state of New York and the New York City borough of Queens. My Banking Direct offers checking, savings, and CD accounts. Also tied at number 5 is the Basque Bank Interest Savings Account. Previously, this account was at 5.10% APY. However, now in November, it's at 4.85% APY. Do you notice a trend going on here? Yes, yields are definitely coming down. They've been coming down for a while. I've been telling you about it on my channel. Usually, there was like a few banks here and there that were lowering their accounts. Other accounts with banks were like holding on to that high APY, that yield that they had. But now it's just almost like a collapse, and the yields just coming down. Some more than others for sure. Like this one, 25%. There's some that have come down 50%, 40%, and so forth and so forth. But yeah, the trend continues with APYs on the decline. Calculation example for this one: if you had $20,000 in this interest savings account with Basque Bank at 4.85% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,079.15. Basque Bank is an online bank that offers one savings account that earns interest and another that earns American Airlines miles. Basque Bank is a division of Texas Capital Bank, which was founded in 1998, and their headquarters is in Dallas, Texas. Also tied at number 5 is the Eagle Bank High Yield Savings Account. Previously, this account was at 5.35% APY back in September. However, since then, it's been lowered. Here in November, it's at 4.85% APY. There's a minimum opening deposit of $1,000 to open this account. And with that APY of 4.85% currently, that's for balances between $0 and $500,000. If your balance is over $500,000, then the APY is only 0.01%. And with this account, the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one: if you had $20,000 in this high yield savings account at 4.85% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,079.15. Eagle Bank is a community bank with an online presence that was founded in 1998. Their headquarters is in Bethesda, Maryland, and they have operations in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Eagle Bank offers various personal, commercial, and business products and services, and they're heavily involved in commercial real estate. And at number 4 is the VO Bank Cornerstone Money Market Savings Account. Previously, this account was at 5.30% APY a couple of months ago. However, since then, it's been lowered down to 4.90% APY here in November 2024. There's a minimum $100 initial deposit required to open this account. And also, something I noted on this account is that there is a $5 monthly fee if you receive paper statements. If you choose not to receive paper statements, then there will be no monthly fee associated with this account. And with this account, the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one: if you had $20,000 in this Cornerstone Money Market Savings Account at 4.90% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,079.82. VO Bank is the online bank division of MidFirst Bank, which is one of the largest privately held banks in the United States. MidFirst Bank was established in 1911 and is headquartered in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. VO Bank offers money market, savings, and CD accounts. And at number 3, we have another tie. First up here, we have the Ivy Bank High Yield Savings Account. Previously, this account was at 5.30% APY in September. Now here in November, it's at 5% APY. There's a $2,500 minimum initial deposit required to open this account and a balance of at least $2,500 to earn that APY of 5%. And there's a maximum balance allowed amount on this account of $1 million. And for balances between $10 and $2,499, the APY is only 0.05%. So you have to have a balance of at least $2,500 to earn that high yield of 5%. And with this account, the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one: if you had $20,000 in this Ivy Bank High Yield Savings Account at 5% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 will be about $20,081.49. Ivy Bank is a digital banking division of Cambridge Savings Bank, which is a Massachusetts state chartered bank that has been helping customers since 1834. Ivy Bank was established in 2021 with a headquarters in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and they offer a savings account and CD accounts. Also tied at number 3 is the Brio Direct High Yield Savings Account. Previously, this account was at 5.30% APY back in September. Now it's been lowered down since then. In November, it's currently at 5% APY. There's a minimum $5,000 initial deposit required to open this account, and the balance has to be at least $25 in the account to earn that stated APY, currently at 5%. And with this account, the interest is compounded daily and credited each statement cycle, which is monthly, but that date that they pay out the interest could be arranged between the month, depending on when you open the account. Calculation example for this one, same as the previous account. If you had $20,000 in this high yield savings account with Brio Direct at 5% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,081.49. Brio Direct is an online subsidiary of Webster Bank that offers various deposit accounts. Webster Bank was founded in 1935 by Harold Webster Smith as the first federal savings in Waterbury, Connecticut. Their headquarters is currently in Stamford, Connecticut. Also tied at number 3 is the Poppy Bank Premier Savings Account at 5% APY. There's a minimum balance of $1,000 that must be maintained to earn that stated 5% APY. And with this account, the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. There is a $5 monthly fee on this account if you opt to receive paper statements. However, if you opt out of receiving paper statements, there will not be a monthly fee associated with this account. Calculation example for this one, same as the previous account. If you had $20,000 in this account at 5% APY with Poppy Bank in the Premier Savings with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 will be about $20,081.49. Poppy Bank was established in 2005 and has branches across California with a headquarters in Santa Rosa, California. Poppy Bank specializes in business lending, including commercial loans and lines of credit, commercial real estate, construction, and SBA USDA loans. They also offer various business and personal deposit accounts. And at number 2 is a new entry. It is EverBank with their performance savings account, currently at 5.05% APY. There's no minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one, if you had $20,000 in this EverBank performance savings account at 5.05% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,082.33. EverBank's history goes back to 1994 when an investor group acquired Jacksonville, Florida-based Alliance Mortgage Company. In 1998, Alliance Mortgage Company formed First Alliance Bank in Jacksonville, Florida. In 2002, First Alliance Bank acquired EverBank, and in 2004, they changed their name to EverBank. EverBank offers personal, business, and commercial accounts and services. Their headquarters is in Jacksonville, Florida. And at number 1, we have a tie, 1 new entry, and 1 account that's been in the top 10 before. The new entry on this list is OpenBank with their high yield savings account, currently at 5.25% APY. There's a $500 minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one, if you had $20,000 in this account with OpenBank at 5.25% APY with the interest compounding monthly, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,085.33. Santander created OpenBank in 1995 and launched its website in 1996. This early adoption of online banking positioned OpenBank as one of the first digital banks in Spain. Since 2020, OpenBank has expanded its operations internationally and officially launched in the United States in October 2024. Currently, the high yield savings account is the only product OpenBank offers in the United States. Their headquarters is in Madrid, Spain. And also tied at number 1 is the New Tech Bank high yield savings account at 5.25% APY. There's no minimum initial deposit required to open this account, and the interest is compounded daily and credited monthly. Calculation example for this one, if you had $20,000 in this New Tech high yield savings account at 5.25% APY with the interest compounding daily, after 1 month, that $20,000 would be about $20,085.51. So you see the difference between this account and the previous account is how the interest compounds. But as you see right here side by side on the screen, there's not that big of a difference. The difference between interest compounding daily and monthly becomes more noticeable the longer the time span goes on for the account to be gaining interest, and also the larger volume of money that's actually gaining and earning the interest. New Tech Bank is backed by New Tech One, which is a publicly traded company. New Tech One offers payment, lending, insurance, and technology products. Newtek Bank was founded in 1963 and they offer personal savings and CD accounts and business saving and checking accounts. Newtek Bank headquarters is in Miami, Florida. Thanks for watching. I hope this breakdown of the top 10 savings accounts ranked by APY gave you a better understanding of the current landscape for high yield savings accounts and possibly even put some accounts on your radar. As we've discussed, yields have been trending downward recently, so it's more important than ever to stay informed and make smart choices for your savings. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.